on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice.
Northeast Live every weekend talk show on upcoming and hidden talents from Northeast and beyond. Watch Showtime with me, Aaron Lingdor, only on Northeast Live. Watch Showtime with me, Aaron Lingdor, every Sunday at 8 p.m. Repeat at 10 p.m.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. Evening Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice. News at 5, in association with Accoland Amusement Park, Annapurna Foods, Junior Holics, and Biz Farm Biscuits.
Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha speaks exclusively to Northeast Live on poll debut, says the BJP united, Tripura Motha not a factor. Chief Minister Saha backs greater unity over greater Tripura land. United Naga Council and Valley-based Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity join hands to demand NRC in Manipur. Urgent need to check inflow of migrants, says organization. Row over Meghalaya Dome collapse continues. MPCC Chief Vincent Pala makes direct attack on Speaker Metba Lingdor, says all projects monitored by the UDP destined to fail due to corruption. Another IED blast rocks Manipur. Explosion outside school in Imphal. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh condemns incident, vows to nab perpetrators. And Tripura Motha not a communal party, says Pradyut Debarma, as party nominates sacked teachers, part of 10,323 movement as candidate for Surma constituency by polls. Good evening to all our viewers and welcome to the news at 5. I'm Aaron Lingdor. Let's take a look at our top story. Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha has been the man under spotlight since day one for taking charge. Now, the focus on Saha continues with the man of the moment gearing up to face his first assembly election battle. In Tripura's multi-cornered by-poll battle, Chief Minister Saha is set to debut from town Bordwali seat. Well, Saha will face an acid test as he needs to win not only his seat, but also to ensure that the alleged infighting-riddled BJP sails through in 3 other seats as well. Now, ahead of the crucial June 23rd by-elections, Northeast Live assistant news editor Pinaki Das caught up with Manik Saha, who is also the state BJP president, to know about his and the party's preparedness. Well, Chief Minister Saha stated that being the chief minister and the state party president at the same time will work to his advantage, even as he expressed confidence of an easy win from the town Bordwali seat. While Chief Minister Saha also spoke on law and order issues being taken up in the run-up to the by-election, the Tipramotha factor, and his take on Greater Tipra land. Well, let's listen in to this full conversation.
We are joined by the Tripura Chief Minister, Dr. Manik Shah, who is also the BJP state president. He has taken the chair of Chief Minister recently, the responsibility. So, sir, welcome to Northeast Live. Sir, we would like to know that in charge of the government and the party. So, how do you balance both, and how can you do justice now getting both the posts?
Yes, I have no problem because if you maintain the time and in disciplined way, you can. I think presently I'm maintaining both the uh, justice to the chair.
Being the CM as well as the party president is an advantage and the disadvantage.
This is, of course, it is an advantage, no doubt, because the 8 Bordwali constituency. Actually, I already belong to that 8 Bordwali constituency since my childhood. So, as a doctor, also, I have done a lot. I have worked for the people. Then everybody knows as a athlete, as a badminton player. Then in terms of this club also, no. So I was for a long time. There is one big club in Tripura. So I was the general secretary of that club for about 12 to 13 years. So, and president also for 12 to 13 years. So for a long time, I had been in that club. So I have very good rapport with all the peoples of that area, as well as for my different activity. So in 8 Bordwali, everybody knows me. So in that way, I'm very much advantageous.
You're confident.
I'm confident, undoubtedly.
All this in this by-election, all four are new candidates. Two are doctors, two women. How do you see into this? First time you are also contesting direct election. How tough is the job, or you take the challenge?
You say I have no problem. Every time, if you say challenge, okay, it's a challenge. But I don't find any challenge presently because we are very much united so far, and we are very strong enough so far our party is concerned. Round the year, we do our job, and whenever there is crisis among the people, we rush to the area. And during COVID-19 time also, we already reached to the people. So every times we have program from the central, they give, from our state also we give. So always we are in motion. We are very much active and vibrant also. So for election, we never have waited for that. So this is a part of the this political democracy, rather you can say. So of course, we have to. Every election is very important for us. So in that way, we are treating it.
What are the issues that BJP is highlighting this time?
Now, issue always we say that the peace and this prosperity of the state is very much should be there. So in that way, first of all, we assure the law and order should be maintained, and have been maintaining for a long time under my predecessor also. So that issue I address. This is very important for us. And another issue is for development. Modi ji always says that you should have some target, and time bound target you should have. So because I have at presently I have very short time, but I'm sure that I will be able to complete the vision our my predecessor had, and the vision our prime minister had. So that in that way, I'm sure that I will be able to, along with my cabinet ministers and our allied partner ministers also, I will be able to do so.
Sir, since you say about the law and order, I'm coming to the opposition. They have been alleging violence in Tripura, particularly during the election time. And you also gave a message after taking the chair of chief minister, which the opposition has appreciated. Now, how do you assure that this election is peaceful and people are motivated to cast their vote?
Now, you see, this is also my prime object, that there should be very, in all aspect, there should be peaceful manner. This particularly this election should be conducted by the by our this election machineries. So always I focus on that. And who doesn't want that there should be peace? So we also want, and this is actually core demand from the people of every people of Tripura, every people of country, everybody human being want that the peaceful, then this law and order should be maintained. And uh, so that in that way I always appeal to my karyakartas and even our opposition parties workers also, that we should maintain the tranquility. There should not be any disturbance. You have the right to cast your vote, and you should assure uh, that the people can come freely and fairly to give their verdict or their casting vote in favor of any party.
Tripura Motha is a growing, emerging force. You can't doubt it. They have captured the ADC. So, how do you see the Tripura Motha as a whole? And even recently in a press conference, our deputy CM said talks are going on with them. They have not kept any conditions. What is the progress, and how do you see the Tripura Motha in future?
You see, during ADC election, there were about 28 seats. So out these 28 seats, we contested only uh, uh, 13. So out of 13, presently we have 10 MDC. So you see, if you examine the report, you will find that only one seat we have lost to Motha. Otherwise, we have won. We have won against the Motha. This IPFT, our this alliance partner, they have lost to Motha. So in that way, we have very good this confidence that this ADC area also we have very good support. So let's see what happens.
Talks with Motha on?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Other parties are raising that why the village council polls are not taking place. What is your reaction on that, and how do you see into that issue?
You see, regarding this BCY, I cannot tell because it is the part of the this election. Election, of course. Why not? That should be. So in time, of course, it would be conducted.
But your alliance party losing, since you are the big brother, it is also your responsibility to help them. So, what will be your message to the IPF?
No, IPFT is still they are our this alliance partners. So we have very good relation with them. So, but there are some peoples now. This IPFT, these big peoples, they are also coming to our party. So in politics, it happens. So we want that. You see, our always we say that we never leave anyone. So in future also, sabka nahi. This so far this alliance matter is concerned. So in future also we'll go ahead along with them. Let's see the position or the scenario of the political situation in future.
What is your stand on the Greater Tripura land demand?
That I already told you that we want only greater unity. That's all.
9 months before the scheduled election, 60 constituencies election, the final assembly election, this election taking place, you have a big responsibility. Credit, discredit. How do you see into that?
No, it is okay. This is the life is always challenge. So I have no problem. I will always take it.
This was Tripura Chief Minister Dr. Manik Shah. Thank you, sir, for speaking to us and giving us the time.
We're staying with Tripura. The Tripura Motha is all set to make its assembly by-polls debut as it gears up for the battle in the Surma Assembly constituency. Well, interestingly, the party candidate for the seat is Babu Ram Satnami, who is one of the 10,323 sacked teachers. Now, addressing the media a short while back, Tripura Motha chief Pradyut De Barma underlined that underlined that for the first time, a regional party is fielding a candidate from a SC reserved constituency, and the party was happy to give voice to the voiceless, in this case, the sacked 10,323 teachers. Well, De Burma said that this proves that the Tripura is not against any community and only demands for constitutional rights of the indigenous people.
आज तक सबने कहा है कि 10,323 टीचर्स का जो उनका एक समस्या का हल होना चाहिए. हमने एक हमारा एमएलए कैंडिडेट खुद ही एक विक्टिम है 10,323 टीचर्स का. मैं चाहता हूं कि हमारा उम्मीदवार खुद असेंबली जाए और असेंबली में 10,323 टीचर्स के बारे में बात करें.
De Burma reiterated that the Tripura Motha's core ideology will remain the same.
त्रिपुरा जिस लास्ट 7 महीने में अगले 7 महीने में आप देखेंगे कि त्रिपुरा में बहुत चीज़ बदलेगा और उस चेंज में त्रिपुरा मोथा भी शामिल होगा. त्रिपुरा मोथा इज रेडी एंड ऑन द ग्राउंड एंड वी विल फाइट फॉर द राइट्स ऑफ द पीपल ऑफ त्रिपुरा. And we will not compromise on our core ideology. We want a constitutional solution and we will keep on fighting for that. तिपरासा कम्युनिटल कभी नहीं हो सकता है. तिपरासा का दिल बड़ा है. तिपरासा ने यहाँ में सबको शरण दिया है और तिपरासा सिर्फ अपना कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अधिकार के लिए फाइट कर रहा है, किसी के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अधिकार को छीनने के लिए नहीं.
And with that, we'll take a very short break. I'll be back in a bit. Stay tuned.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
Introducing the new Suzuki Avenus, the sportiest, zippiest ride in town. That's loaded with next generation GPS navigation.
নতুন মিউজিক ডাইরেক্টর রোহানে এতিয়ালৈকে মিউজিক পঠোৱা নাই.
I've got it. The new Suzuki Avenus. More zip for trip.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
Welcome back, viewers. Let's continue with some updates from Meghalaya. Well, there seems to be no end to the controversy relating to the collapse of the central dome of the under-construction State Legislative Assembly building. Now, despite the government's decision to conduct a third-party audit into the dome collapse, the opposition Congress has now indicated that corrupt practices has led to the collapse of the dome. In fact, in a direct attack on the UDP, which is a major coalition partner in the NPP-led alliance, MPCC chief Vincent Pala said that any project monitored or taken by the UDP is destined to fail due to corruption. Pala also questioned the role of Speaker Metba Lingdo, stating that how could the construction process go wrong when the latter was reviewing it regularly.
But I'm 100% sure, like I told you before, any portfolios which has heading by UDP will always fail. Be it in liquor, you see, now home-to-home delivery after UDP has taken over. Be it in rice scam because of UDP taking over. Be in coal scam, be it any scam, UDP taking over. So whatever portfolio you hand over to UDP will always fail because the corruption is very high. But they are sitting tight, they are sitting idle there. They don't come out to answer whatever the charges people made on them. So they cannot hide. They cannot hide. Assembly, the speaker heads the assembly and he keeps on visiting. What's the problem when they visit? Where are the technical people who used to help him supervise with him? Why not they check properly before they allot the work? So I feel that UDP, whatever portfolio they're having, they are not taking it seriously for the benefits of the people. They are only taking it just for their own benefits only, for the personal benefits of their leaders only.
Well, further, the Congress chief expressed displeasure over the fact that the Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, was given the task to carry out the auditing work. He pointed out that an independent or autonomous body under the supervision of High Court judge or a retired Supreme Court judge should be roped in to unearth what went amiss that led to the incident.
Regarding the collapse of dome again, I think the collapse of dome, I don't agree with the government sending another one IIT will check another IIT. That's why in my previous statement also, I think we should send it to a independent inquiry or autonomous body, like under the supervisions of the High Court judge or retired Supreme Court judge. Generally, there will be come out whether the fails or because of design or because of construction or because of anything. So it's too early to say what makes it, fail. But I personally think that mainly because of corruptions. When the corruption is very high, the worst, even if the design fail, also it should be cracked or it should be a partially collapsed. It's not fully collapsed. So I think this is totally a combination of failure of the implementations rather than blame on the design. And when they give a permission, I think a series of the authority have checked about the design also. So I think that needs to be examined properly.
Meanwhile, in the wake of media reports on coal irregularities finding a mention for James Sangma, the Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee President Vincent Pala said that the state government should clarify and set up an inquiry to pacify the public.
I think the government should, that's why I say the government should clarify if they are not happy with this statement. But there's no problem for them to set an inquiry. In this government, a series of inquiry, and there's no delivery. So definitely they can do that for the same thing, just to pacify the public.
And commenting on the allegations about Health Minister James Sangma's name being linked to the illegal coal trade once again, Pala said that he cannot say if the report is right or wrong and that it is up to James to clarify.
It's up to James to clarify. And if he thinks that all the allegations were false, and then they should also counter them, and they should also even file case against them. So if they don't do that, that means there must be something. But James Sangma is not holding the home portfolio. James Sangma is not a mining minister. It's the chief minister who's a mining minister. So the allegations for James Sangma has also come to with the portfolio he holdings, what hold he has on the coal. So I think sometimes we have also to see whether it's really the allegations to James Sangma, what role James Sangma has to play.
Well, time now for another short break. We've got a lot more lined up when we return. Stay with us.
Evening Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice.
বা এইটো লওঁ নে এইটো
5 জুনত মিছৰ চেল আছে নহয় তেন্তে এইটো আৰু এইটো লৈ ল
মিছৰ মহা ইণ্ডিয়ান সেভিং সেল 5th জুনত
মই ব্যৱহাৰ কৰো আটাইতকৈ সবল আৰু সতেজ সিমেন্ট সূৰ্যা সিমেন্ট অটুট ঘৰ অটুট অসম
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. Evening Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice.
Northeast Live every weekend talk show on upcoming and hidden talents from Northeast and beyond. Watch Showtime with me, Aaron Lingdor, only on Northeast Live. Watch Showtime with me, Aaron Lingdor, every Sunday at 8 p.m. Repeat at 10 p.m.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage. Evening Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice.
Welcome back, viewers. Before we move any further, let's take a look at the headlines one more time. Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha speaks exclusively to Northeast Live on poll debut. Says the BJP united, Tripura Motha not a factor. Chief Minister Saha backs greater unity over greater Tripura land. United Naga Council and Valley-based Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity join hands to demand NRC in Manipur. Urgent need to check inflow of migrants, says organizations. Row over Meghalaya Dome collapse continues. MPCC Chief Vincent Pala makes direct attack on Speaker Metba Lingdo, says all projects monitored by the UDP destined to fail due to corruption. Another IED blast rocks Manipur. Explosion outside school in Imphal. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh condemns incident, vows to nab perpetrators. And Tripura Motha not a communal party, says Pradyut De Barma, as party nominates sacked teacher, part of the 10,323 movement, as candidate for Surma constituency by polls. We shift focus to the big story from Manipur. The United Naga Council and the Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, or the COCOMI, have joined hands to demand implementation of NRC in Manipur. A delegation of the UNC led by its president Ko John and COCOMI represented by its coordinator L. Ratan Kumar held a joint press conference today demanding implementation of NRC in the state. While speaking to the media, both the leaders cited the reason for pushing the NRC is to check the inflow of illegal migrants and migrants from neighboring country Myanmar and other states as well.
We have submitted a joint memorandum by COCOMI and UNC to the Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur in the matter of influx of illegal immigrants and migrants and its impact to demographic imbalance and further consequences. And in that memorandum, we mainly mention to update National Register of Citizenship and to establish a Manipur State Population Commission as soon as possible so that scientific data and information can be collected, and further it will be essential and helpful to update this NRC of Manipur State. And many villages are increasing and have been mushrooming in the specific hill districts of Manipur. These villages are established by the illegal immigrants coming mainly from Myanmar. So we appeal to the government to check such increase of unreasonable villages in the specific hill districts of Manipur.
And moving on now, a powerful IED blast rocked Imphal early in the morning today. As per inputs, the blast occurred outside the Little Flower School in Imphal. Well, the IED was planted at the entrance of the school. Now, these are exclusive visuals coming in from the blast site. Meanwhile, Chief Minister N. Biren Singh has condemned the incident and said stern action and punishment as per law will be given to the perpetrators. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh also said that the government will spare no efforts in nabbing the culprits.
Masi adum katukaran tauba kari hani paisa nungsagi demand tauba khotpa masa masu khara lai ado akoi government na akoi yam kanna yengi adagi politically man ba posu lai but government na sabsaba section thorang la khola kanda mari leina sing aini sabsaba the nipi na ba fana na ba ngarang so ani fare ado akoi phaba lepoi ain gi matung in action lokot bole poi hoi intelligence failure gum kring ma lebedagi hana pokhai ba gum du khoda nuai de phawi madu matung thok tan ba khoi hon mas.
And on to a big story from Assam. Sub-Inspector Junmani Rabha, who was arrested by the Majuli police only yesterday, has been suspended from duty. The big move comes at a time when Junmani is already facing charges of corruption, with as many as 2 FIRs lodged against her and her fiancé, Rana Pegu.
Majuli Arokhi amak journalist teok arrest kora hoise Majulir case. So teok arrest kora pisot amar juntu normal procedure thake teok suspend kora hoise. Majuli Arokhi amak journalist teok arrest kora hoise Majulir case. So teok arrest kora pisot amar juntu normal procedure thake teok suspend kora hoise. Majuli.
All right, a big story this hour. In a shocking incident, an engineer of the Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, or ONGC, lost his life at the drilling site at Titabor's Borhola. Well, as per inputs, the deceased, identified as Somar Jyoti Pathak, died while on duty. It is being alleged that Pathak died due to negligence by the ONGC management. Now, as per allegations, there are only a handful of employees in this particular site, and proper safety gears were not provided to the employees. Now, Pathak was allegedly made to work until late night due to shortage of manpower. Pathak, a resident of Jorhat, leaves behind his wife and 2 children.
এই দুটা মানে পাইপ সেটিং কৰি আছিল একটু মানে হেই কপাললৈ নিবলে কাৰণে হেই পাইপবিলাক হেই কৰি আছিল তেখেতে পাইপ পৰি তেখেতৰ মূৰত পৰি তেখেতৰ এতিয়া আধা ঘণ্টাৰ পিছত মৃত্যু হৈছে বুলি গম পাইছোঁ আমি পাইপটো এতিয়া আমি বুলি দেখা নাই তথাপিও কিবা ওপৰত লাগি আছে নে কি বুলি কোৱা শুনিছোঁহে মই এতিয়া যোৱাত পকা মোৰ ঘৰ এই যে পাঠক তেখেতৰ এই অঞ্চল কৰ্মকৰ্তা হেৰি কি বিভাগত আছিল তেখেতে ডিলিঙত থাকে নেকি ডিলিঙৰ কাম কৰে তেখেতে.
All right, shifting focus now from the familiar Adil Hussain, Danny Denzongpa, Lin Laishram, and Patralekha Mishra Paul. Now, spotting a Northeasterner in mainstream Hindi cinema ads or OTT platform is like looking for a needle in a haystack. However, is that about to change? We bring you this exclusive report. Actors from the Northeast are shaking things up in India's mainstream entertainment scene like never before. In recent times, Agzone, the first Bollywood film that exclusively portrayed the experiences of Indians who fit India's definition of a Chinese person.
आपकी जो आंखें इतनी छोटी-छोटी हैं, इससे आपको ये पूरी दीवार दिखाई देती भी है कि नहीं, है ना?
इन लोगों को कमरा किराए पे नहीं देना.
Then Arunachal's very own Chum Darang made her Bollywood debut in Badhai Do earlier this year.
एकदम ओरिजिनल रियल कजन है.
and to the newly released Anik, a socio-political action thriller film set against the geopolitical backdrop of Northeast India, starring Ayushmann Khurrana and Andrea Kevichusa.
Andrea Kevichusa is the latest talking point in Bollywood. Well, she has taken the internet by storm. So who is Andrea Kevichusa and what do we know about her? Well, we've got that covered.
Well, Carol Andrea Kevichusa was born in Kohima, Nagaland. She belonged to the famous Kevichusa family of Nagaland, whose founder, Kevichusa Angami, is regarded as the first Naga graduate. Andrea started modeling as a hobby in 2016 at the age of just 15 years. She worked for some of the best designers in the country, including Sabyasachi Mukherjee and for Katrina Kaif's beauty line, K Beauty.
Well, we reached out to Andrea's agency and we're told that she's busy with promotions. However, she's been kind enough to send us this exclusive. Let's take a look.
Andrea, tell us a little bit. I don't want you to reveal the plot for now. However, just walk us through your role in the movie quickly.
All right. I play a boxer. The name of my character is Ido, and she is a boxer. Her role is it was kind of set out to be metaphorical, in the sense that she portrays the region she comes from, basically, and she goes through her own set of struggles and betrayals. So it is very metaphorical in that sense. But yeah, I think she's a very strong-willed person, and she's at the same time she's just trying to find her footing in the country, and she's trying to make it to the national team to be able to represent her country. And she knows she's just as good as the rest of her teammates, if not better. But she isn't being given the opportunity to, just for the sole fact that she is. She looks the way she does, and she's where she comes from. Basically, her ethnicity holds her back. So I think that was a very interesting take. And yeah, so that's just, I think this is her way of kind of proving her Indianness, which I think no one really has to do, because I think we are all Indians because we are born in this country, and I don't think anyone needs to prove anything. But yeah, so that's what basically my character arc is about.
All right. So, Andrea, before I let you go, the question on everybody's mind: how's Bollywood been treating you?
It's been great. I think it's like I'm still quite new to this entire industry, but it has been great. I have received a very warm welcome from actors in this industry, and even we had the premiere yesterday, and all the people that I met from the industry, they've all been very welcoming, and we had a great time. And I'm very grateful to be where I am. Hopefully, this film, it resonates with a lot of people, and it opens doors for representation and inclusivity, or just things like that in the future, and also for our stories to be told from our perspectives as well. So yeah.
Andrea Kevichusa, thank you so much. Very insightful.
Thank you.
Once again, congratulations on the release, and we hope to see more of you in the future.
Well, the newest face of Indian cinema, Andrea Kevichusa, plays the role of Ido in Anubhav Sinha's directorial. Well, should you go watch the movie? Let's go find out.
It was a great movie, definitely. Northeast got the limelight, even like us as Indians. We are also a proud Indians, being from India, definitely a part of this. Northeast is also a part of India, which usually doesn't get recognized. But this movie, actually, it was a great movie. Overall, it was a great movie. Northeast got recognized. People of Nagaland, people of Northeast, Manipur, Assam, everyone got recognized. It was a great movie, and it was needed. Definitely, it was like she nailed it. Part of hers, whatever her role was in this movie, she literally nailed it. And this actually showed how much talent Northeast also has, and they can actually go to that mainland India and make us proud. That was really good. Her acting was really good.
It was so nice, and especially it was a Naga girl, and I'm also belong to Nagaland. That's why I came here for her also. And it was this right about Northeast. Because of that, especially I was happy for the movie. It show some moral behind that. That's why I like that, because we India people, we should treat every part of India, we should treat each other equally.
Well, the latest release draws our attention again to the discourse on this remarkable shift of talent from the Northeast into the industry here in India. But the question is that transition fast enough? Is mainstream Hindi cinema ready to embrace ethnicities or accents that make up this vast Indian landscape? And more importantly, can one expect a receptive audience?
I don't see any particular actors from Northeast India taking the Hindi film industry by storm as such. However, I do agree that the people have started recognizing and accepting as which is a good thing, because that lots of actors from Northeast India is now actually doing good in Bollywood. So I'm hopeful for future. We have a long way to go. It is not that we don't have talents. We have brilliant talents in Northeast India, especially in Northeast actors. So I hope they need to be nurtured properly, and in future definitely they need a only platform so that they can showcase their talents. And I'm very hopeful in future they will do good work in Bollywood so that they can make us proud.
Well, I think that it is a great thing that Northeastern actors are getting more roles in Bollywood now. It is great in terms of their financial stability. It is great in terms of their visibility of not just these Northeastern actors, but also the Northeastern community as a whole. And I think it is definitely a good start. But we also need to look at the stories that are being told, the stories that these actors are a part of, and whether these stories are being told responsibility, whether the stories of Northeast are being represented in a responsible manner, and whether and who are telling these stories. I think these factors also needs to be taken into consideration. And while it is like I already mentioned, while it's definitely a good start that we are getting more visibility, but I still feel that we still have a long way to go in terms of representation of the Northeastern community in Bollywood, and in terms of representation of Northeastern stories in Bollywood.
Well, just to refresh your memory, the movie Mary Kom, based on the life of ace boxer Mary Kom, would have looked more convincing had there been a face from the Northeast instead of Priyanka Chopra. Although Priyanka did a great job. Now, those issues should be minutely followed even in an extremely commercial industry.
बस 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 लाल वो लड़कियों से नहीं लड़ता क्यों डरता है क्या हट मेरा हाथ का खा के तो देखो.
The good news is that with the rising popularity of streaming platforms here in India, we see serious efforts to cast newbies and actors from the Northeast, thereby lending regional cinema and, of course, diverse storytelling. And we reckon that mainstream Hindi cinema should follow suit, so artists from the Northeast are not left behind.
Well, after all, a good film will pass the test of time if it can engage with the viewers in some way, no matter if it stars a known name or not. And who says a big box office success solely depends on a huge star? News Desk Report, Northeast Live.
And with that, we'll take another quick breather. I'll be right back.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
अच्छा
Introducing the new Suzuki Avenus, the sportiest, zippiest ride in town that's loaded with next generation GPS navigation.
চিমি ক'ত আছে যদি মই ক'লোহেঁতেন আমি মাতিছো তেন্তে ৱেইট কৰালাহেঁতেন নহয়
The new Suzuki Avenus, Mosaic for trip.
Northeast Live, the most viewed news channel in the region. On YouTube, unmatched coverage.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you for staying on. Now, at least 43 people were killed and over 450 injured after an explosion triggered a massive blaze at a private inland container depot, or the ICD, in Bangladesh's Sitakunda, near the country's main seaport of Chittagong. Now, preliminary probe has indicated that the fire broke out due to chemical reaction. Now, the fire broke out at the BM container depot in the Kadam Rasul area in Sitakunda, Upazila in Chittagong last night around 9 p.m. Now, around 11:45 p.m., there was a massive explosion and the fire spread from one container to another due to the presence of chemicals in one of the containers. Sources said the blast was so powerful that it shook the neighborhood and shattered windows in nearby houses. Several types of chemicals like hydrogen peroxide were stored in containers at the depot, and the chemicals have visibly sparked the fire, Fire Service Chief Brigadier General Mohammed Mainuddin told newsmen at the scene in the Sitakunda area on the outskirts of the port city. Now, amid massive outrage, the police have detained the fourth accused in the Hyderabad gang rape case, who is a minor, officials have said today. Well, the fifth accused, an adult, is yet to be arrested, they said. A 17-year-old schoolgirl was allegedly gang raped in the Jubilee Hills area of the Telangana capital right after she went to a party organized by her classmates on May the 28th. A total of 5 accused have been booked so far. 3 minors and 1 adult are in custody. Well, the car in which the attack took place has also been seized. Now, multiple police teams are on the lookout for the fifth accused, Omar Khan. Now, meanwhile, Telangana Governor Tamilisai Sodaranjan expressed deep anguish over the heinous crime. Well, the governor directed the chief secretary and the director general of police to present a detailed report on the crime within 2 days. Well, K. Chandrasekhar Rao-led government came under sharp political attack from the opposition BJP and Congress, demanding that the TRS dispensation hand over investigation in the case to the CBI to ensure an impartial probe. Now, with the tourism sector booming in Sikkim, paragliding has turned out to be one of the top adventure sport for tourists visiting the Himalayan state. Paragliding has become a busy schedule with huge number of tourists paragliding at Rangka near the state capital. Arjun Rai, a pilot of the Sikkim Paragliding Association, said that they are maintaining all sets of safety for the tourists to avoid any kind of mishaps. Well, Rai also informed that the current landing ground is under the sports department, so they might face problems in the near future regarding the landing site for paragliders. However, the association is in search of another landing spot. Well, the 22nd edition of the International Indian Film Academy, or the IFA Awards, was held in Abu Dhabi on the first weekend of June 2022, with the IFA Rocks event held on Friday, the 3rd of June, and the main awards night on Saturday. Now, various Bollywood celebrities such as Salman Khan, Shahid Kapoor, Vicky Kaushal, Kriti Sanon, Abhishek Bachchan, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Ananya Pandey, Sara Ali Khan, A.R. Rahman, Tiger Shroff, Nora Fatehi, Yo-Yo Honey Singh, Pankaj Tripathi, and others attended the gala event. Well, the 2021 biographical war film Shresha, based on the life of Captain Vikram Batra, was awarded the Best Picture, and Vishnu Varadhan was awarded the Best Director for the same film. While Vicky Kaushal and Kriti Sanon took the Best Actor and Best Actress trophies for their incredible performances in Sardar Udham and Mimi, respectively. And moving on now, an Indo-Tibetan border police team of mountaineers successfully completed scaling Mount Abi Garmin Peak, which has an elevation of 24,131 feet. Now, the ITBP mountaineers chanted Badri Vishal Ki Jai, followed by Mount Abi Garim Ki Jai after reaching the summit. Well, it should be mentioned here that the Indo-Tibetan Border Police holds the unique distinction of successfully completing more than 230 mountaineering expeditions. Well, the team of mountaineers later held the Indian national flag at the summit to celebrate their victory. Well, last year on October the 9th, the Indo-Tibetan Border Police and the Ladakh Police successfully completed scaling two unnamed 6,000-meter mountains in eastern Ladakh. Well, the ITBP was formed in 1962 amid the Indo-Chinese War and has recorded more than 223 successful mountaineering expeditions, which is a sensational record.
हम लोग माउंट अभी गार्मिन के टॉप पे हैं। ये सराउंडिंग व्यू है। सामने माउंट नंदा देवी, अगर आप जज कर पा रहे हो, इस सेक्टर में माउंट नंदा देवी, एल्टीट्यूड 7,810 मीटर, और सामने माउंट कामेट 756 मीटर। चारों ओर का सराउंडिंग व्यू आप देख सकते हैं। ये पीक का समिट पुलिस वाला इलाका से आगे जाना थोड़ा सा जोखिम भरा हो सकता है। फिलहाल
Now, coming back to the big story we're tracking from Manipur, the United Naga Council and the Coordinating Committee on Manipur Integrity, or the COCOMI, have joined hands to demand implementation of the NRC in Manipur. A delegation of the UNC led by its president, Ko John, and COCOMI, represented by its coordinator, L. Ratan Kumar, held a joint press conference today demanding implementation of the NRC in the state. Now, speaking to the media, both the leaders cited the reason for pushing the NRC is to check the inflow of illegal migrants and migrants from neighboring country Myanmar and other states as well.
We have submitted a joint memorandum by COCOMI and UNC to the Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur in the matter of influx of illegal immigrants and migrants and its impact to demographic imbalance and further consequences. And in that memorandum, we mainly mention to update National Register of Citizenship and to establish a Manipur State Population Commission as soon as possible, so that scientific data and information can be collected, and further it will be essential and helpful to update this NRC of Manipur State. And many villages are increasing and have been mushrooming in the specific hill districts of Manipur. These villages are established by the illegal immigrants coming mainly from Myanmar. So we appeal to the government to check such increase of unreasonable villages in the specific hill districts of Manipur.
And that does it for us here on the news at 5. I'm Aaron Lingdo. Thanks for watching.
Evening Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice.
মই ব্যৱহাৰ কৰোঁ আটাইতকৈ সবল আৰু সতেজ চিমেণ্ট সূৰ্য চিমেণ্ট সূৰ্য চিমেণ্ট অটুট ঘৰ অটুট অসম
আনন্দৰ উৎসৱ বিহু আহিছে ঘৰে ঘৰে আহাৰৰ সোৱাদ জাগিছে এভৰিডে স্পাইচেছ wishes you a happy bihu
Evening Prime, the primetime news at 7. Now, in a whole new look. Only on Northeast Live. Your station, your voice.